My dear child, you've often wondered what awaits you in heaven. So many have imagined it as a place of endless rest, a quiet escape from the pain of this world, where all you do is float on clouds or sing without end. But I want you to see something more. Heaven is not a place of idleness. It is not a place where you lose who you are. No. Heaven is the fulfillment of everything I created you to be. I made you for purpose. Even before sin entered the world, I gave Adam work in the Garden of Eden, not as a burden, but as a gift. Work was never meant to be painful. It was meant to be joyful, creative, and full of life. And if heaven is a restoration of Eden, restored and perfected, then know this. Your eternity will not be empty. It will be filled with meaning, beauty, and divine purpose. Forever is not a boring stretch of time. It is the unfolding of my glory. In heaven, you won't be tired, worn out, or anxious. There will be no sorrow, no fear, no confusion. But that doesn't mean you'll have nothing to do. It means everything you do will bring you joy. Every act will be worship. Every moment will matter. The promise of eternity isn't just about escape. It's about restoration. I am making all things new, and that includes your calling, what you do here, how you love, how you serve, how you remain faithful in the little things. It all prepares you for what's coming. Earth is not just a waiting room. It is your training ground. So live with purpose now. Love well. Serve with joy. Don't chase comfort. Chase my heart. For one day you will stand in my presence, and you'll hear me say, "Well done, good and faithful servant." And in that moment, you will step into a life so rich, so alive, so full of meaning, that you'll never wonder again what eternity is for. Heaven is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of everything you were created for. My beloved child, I see how the world around you has painted a picture of heaven that is small and shallow. Clouds, golden harps, endless leisure, and nothing to do. It may seem peaceful on the surface, but deep in your heart, you know something is missing in that vision. That's not the heaven I've promised you. That's not the home I've prepared. You were never created for idleness. I formed you with purpose, intention, and joy in my heart. The rest I offer you, true, eternal rest, is not the absence of activity. It is the presence of peace. It is the wholeness of being fully united with me, free from fear, pain, sorrow, and striving. My rest is not about doing nothing. It's about doing everything without the burden of sin, stress, or shame. It is freedom. It is fullness. Heaven is not a retirement home for weary souls. It is the restoration of all things. It is the renewal of creation. Just as I walked with Adam and Eve in the garden, so I will dwell with you again on the new earth, a place alive with beauty, creativity, and divine responsibility. Yes, there will be work in heaven, but it won't be the kind of work that exhausts or frustrates. It will be the kind that fills your soul with joy. The kind that draws you deeper into my presence with every act of love and service. And listen closely, my child, you will not lose yourself in heaven. You will not become a nameless spirit floating through eternity. You will be you, fully redeemed, fully alive, fully transformed into the image of my Son. Every gift I placed in you, every spark of creativity, every passion, every skill, it will all be used in perfect harmony with my kingdom. You will reign with Christ, not as a distant servant, but as a trusted co-heir. This is the honor I delight to give you. Do not settle for the empty images the world offers. They do not know me. They do not understand what I have planned for those who love me. But you, my child, have been given the truth through my word. And the truth is glorious. Heaven is not boring. Heaven is not passive. Heaven is not the end. It is the beginning of the life you were always meant to live. So, set your heart on eternity, not as an escape, but as a destiny. Know that every act of faithfulness here is shaping your role there. You are being prepared not for endless relaxation, but for eternal purpose. And in that purpose, you will find the deepest joy you have ever known. I created you with intention. I redeemed you with love. And I will welcome you into a kingdom where you will never be forgotten, never overlooked, never idle. You will live, serve, and reign in perfect peace forever. My precious child, let me take you back to the very beginning, before the pain, before the fall, before sin touched the earth. In the Garden of Eden, I created beauty, order, and life. And in that perfect place, I gave Adam a task, not as punishment, but as a blessing. Work was never meant to be a burden. It was part of the joy I designed for my children. I gave Adam the responsibility to care for the garden, to name the animals, to steward what I had lovingly made. And he did it all in peace, in purpose, and in fellowship with me. You see, work was my gift, a way for you to partner with me in creation. It wasn't about survival. It was about relationship. It was about joy. When sin entered the world, it didn't create work. It corrupted it. The ground became hard. The labor became painful. But my original intention for work never changed. And that's exactly what I am restoring in heaven. Heaven is not just a place of rest. It is the return to what was lost, only made better. It is Eden renewed. It is creation restored. And in that new creation, work will be redeemed. The responsibilities you have in eternity will not carry stress, exhaustion, or fear. They will be creative, life-giving, and filled with worship. You will do what I designed you to do, what your soul was always meant for, and it will bring you deep, lasting joy. Imagine using the gifts I've placed in you without limitation. Imagine building, leading, creating, and serving in perfect peace. In heaven, you will never work for approval. You will work from love. You will never strive. You will flow in harmony with my will. Every act will glorify me. Every task will deepen your joy. You won't just be busy. You'll be fulfilled. I want you to know this now so that you see your work here differently. When you serve others, when you create something good, when you give your best, even in small things, you are practicing for eternity. This life is your preparation. Every faithful step you take now is shaping your heart for the glory that's to come. So don't fear work. Don't dread responsibility. You were made for purpose, not passivity. And in heaven, I will restore that purpose in ways more beautiful than you can imagine. You will work, not because you have to, but because you'll want to. And in that divine rhythm of service and worship, you will be more alive than ever before. My beloved child, do not be afraid of the end. For with me, the end is not destruction, it is renewal. The story I have written for my creation does not close in despair or fading light. It ends in glory. It ends in restoration. It ends in a new heaven and a new earth, more beautiful, more alive, and more whole than anything you've ever known. I am not abandoning what I have made. I am redeeming it. Everything that was broken by sin, every piece of this fallen world, I am making new. This includes you. Just as my son, Jesus, rose from the grave in a glorified body, so will you. Not a ghost. Not a spirit drifting in the sky, but a real, physical, glorified body, strong, radiant, eternal. You will walk again. You will eat again. You will embrace those you love again. But more than that, you will live again, not just survive, but thrive fully and forever. My promise to you is not a vague spiritual existence. but a rich, vibrant life in a renewed creation where nothing decays, nothing dies, and nothing separates you from me. Heaven is not a dream. It is a home. It is real. There will be cities, gardens, laughter, music, and community. You will not be alone. You will be surrounded by my children from every generation and every nation, each one made new, each one made whole. You will recognize their faces, hear their stories, and together you will rejoice in what I have done. But hear this, my child, your eternity will not be one of passive bliss. You will not be floating in the clouds with nothing to do. You were created for more than that. You were made in my image, for purpose, for creativity, for relationship, and in my restored creation. You will continue to live out that purpose in perfect harmony with me. You will build without fear. You will create without failure. You will lead without pride. You will serve without exhaustion. Every moment will be filled with meaning. Every breath will be an act of worship. There will be no more sin to separate us. No more shame to hide behind. No more tears to wipe away. In the new heaven and earth, my presence will be your light, and my love will be your home. And everything you do, whether great or small, will be infused with joy and purpose. You won't labor for survival, but for delight. You won't strive for value, because you'll know you are already treasured. So hold on to this hope. Let it guide you. Let it shape how you live today. The world you see now is not the final chapter. I am writing a new one where all things are made right. One where your story continues, not in weakness, but in glory. One where you will finally be who I created you to be, forever alive in my perfect love. My faithful child, I see your efforts, your struggles, and your quiet acts of obedience that often go unnoticed by the world. But I want you to know, nothing you do for me is ever forgotten. In the teachings of my Son, Jesus, I have revealed a profound truth. What you do with what you've been given today is shaping your eternal tomorrow. So many look at heaven as a final reward of rest, a place where responsibility ends. But listen closely, my child, true reward in my kingdom isn't about doing less, but about stepping into greater purpose. In the parables Jesus told, like the ones in Luke 19 and Matthew 25, the message is clear. Those who are faithful with little are entrusted with much. The servant who multiplied his gifts was not given a break. He was given more cities to oversee, more influence, more joy. That's not a punishment. That is honor. I do not measure success by worldly standards, but by faithfulness. Have you been faithful with your time, your talents, your love? Even when it was hard, have you served me in the quiet places where no one else saw but me? That matters, because your obedience here on earth is preparing you for the role you will walk in for eternity. You are not working for a crown to place on a shelf. You are being formed for kingdom partnership. Yes, you will reign with Jesus, not as a servant living in the shadows, but as a beloved child sharing in the work of restoration. You will lead, not out of pride or pressure, but out of love and trust. The authority I give is not about control. It's about stewardship. It's about reflecting my heart to creation. That's the kind of ruler I'm raising you to be. And here's what makes it even more beautiful. In heaven, there will be no fear of failure, no burden of stress, no comparison or competition. You'll lead in joy, serve in strength, and contribute in perfect peace. Every task will be rooted in worship. Every responsibility will be custom fit to the gifts I placed inside you when I formed you in the womb. So don't live like this life is just about surviving until heaven. Live like you're in training for eternity. every act of kindness, every sacrifice, every choice to walk in integrity when no one is looking. It's shaping your eternal assignment. And when that day comes, when you stand before me, I won't ask how much you achieved. I will ask if you were faithful. And if you were, you will hear the words your heart was made for. Well done, good and faithful servant. Come and share your master's joy. Because in my kingdom, responsibility is not a burden, it's a joy. It's a reward. It's your place beside me, doing what you were always meant to do forever. My precious child, you may have heard the words before. You will reign with Christ, but perhaps they sounded too grand, too distant, or too symbolic to be real. But I want you to understand, truly and deeply, that this is not poetic language. This is your eternal future. My word is clear. You will reign with me forever and ever. Revelation 22 verse 5. Not just for a moment, not as an observer, but as a trusted and beloved co-heir in my eternal kingdom. But know this, reigning in my kingdom is not about ruling with power as the world sees it. I am not raising up kings and queens to dominate, but children who serve with love, lead with humility, and reflect my wisdom. My son, Jesus, the King of Kings, stooped down to wash the feet of his disciples. That is your model of leadership. In heaven, to reign is to serve with joy, to guide with grace, and to build with purpose. I have created you with unique gifts, passions, and strengths. None of that was by accident. In eternity, the responsibilities I give you will fit you perfectly. They will not overwhelm or exhaust you. They will be the expression of who you are, fully redeemed, fully alive. You will not be competing. You will be collaborating. You will not be working for approval. You will be serving from the deep assurance that you are already fully loved. The crowns I speak of in Scripture are not trophies for display. They are not given to elevate one above another. They are symbols of trust, purpose, and partnership. I give them to those who have walked with me, who have endured, who have been faithful. And each crown reflects a unique calling in my kingdom. You will wear yours not with pride, but with gratitude, knowing it represents my delight in you and my invitation to share in my work. So lift your head, child. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. You are being prepared for something holy, something eternal. One day you will step into your true role in the story I have written since before time began. You will reign not over others, but with Christ, over creation, over purpose, over the beauty of my restored world. And you will do it with joy that never fades. My cherished child, let me speak to the weariness in your heart, the burden you often carry from long days, broken efforts, and unmet expectations. In this world, work has been touched by the curse. It brings exhaustion, frustration, and sometimes pain. But I want you to know this truth. Heaven will be different. Eternity will not carry the weight of toil. It will be full of joy. When I remove the curse, I do so completely. There will be no more stress in your labor, no more burnout in your effort, and no more fear of failure. You won't wake up dreading what needs to be done. Instead, every responsibility will bring life to your soul, not pressure. In my kingdom, work is not something to escape. It is something to embrace, because it becomes part of your joy. You see, I have placed gifts inside of you, skills, passions, creativity, and purpose. Right now, they are sometimes held back by fear, insecurity, or the limitations of a fallen world. But in heaven, all of that will be gone. There will be no more sin to distort your purpose, no fear to hold you back, and no lies to make you feel not enough. You will finally be free to use every part of what I placed in you, fully, freely, joyfully. And what you do won't just be called work. It will be worship. Whether you are building, leading, creating, teaching, designing, planting, or serving, every act will glorify me. There will be no gap between your purpose and my presence. Your responsibilities will not drain you. They will energize you. You will live with a sense of excitement, not obligation. You won't serve because you have to. You'll serve because it brings you joy. Think about the moments in this life when you felt most alive, when you were helping someone, solving a problem, creating beauty, or leading with vision. Those moments were glimpses of what's to come. In heaven, that feeling never fades. You will not need rest from your responsibilities, because the work itself will be restful. It will flow with peace, with clarity, with fulfillment. You will do what you were made to do, with no hindrances, and you will love every moment of it. So don't be afraid of what's ahead. Your eternity is not filled with idleness, but with purpose bursting with joy. The more you walk in obedience now, the more prepared you'll be for the incredible responsibilities I have waiting for you. My dear child, you may have learned to think of worship as something that happens in a church building with music playing, hands lifted, and hearts bowed. And yes, that is worship. But in my eternal kingdom, worship is not limited to a song or a moment. It is the rhythm of everything you do. In heaven, there will be no separation between your work and your worship, because they will be one and the same. You were created to glorify me with your whole life, not just in singing, but in serving, building, creating, encouraging, and giving. And in eternity, every act of service will be filled with joy, purpose, and holy praise. You won't need to ask, is this worship? Because every step you take, every word you speak, and every task you complete will carry my presence and reflect my heart. There will be no division between sacred and ordinary. In my kingdom, nothing is ordinary. Whether you're tending to creation, crafting beauty, guiding others, or offering a kind word, you will be worshiping me through it all. Your responsibilities won't pull you away from me. They'll draw you closer. You will feel my delight in your work, and you will sense my nearness in every moment. Imagine what it's like to work without stress, to serve without fear, and to contribute without comparison. That's what awaits you. No more striving for approval, only serving from love. And as you serve others, you will feel the joy of heaven flowing through you. It won't be duty. It will be celebration. The smile you give, the help you offer, the beauty you create, it will all echo with worship. You will not serve alone. You will be surrounded by my people, all working in perfect harmony, like a choir where every voice matters, every note counts. That is what heaven is, a holy symphony of service and love, where every movement glorifies me, and every heart is fully alive. So, don't wait until heaven to start living this truth. Even now, on earth, you can worship me through your work. When you love others, when you give your best with a joyful heart, when you serve with humility and grace, you are already preparing for the life to come. And when the day comes that you step into my eternal kingdom, you will know exactly what to do. Because you were made not just to sing about my glory, but to live it, breathe it, and reflect it in all you do. My beloved child, you may have wondered what eternity will truly be like. Will it be static? Will everything be known, finished, and unchanging? Let me assure you, heaven will not be a place where things come to a stop. It will be the beginning of a never-ending journey of discovery, wonder, and joy. I am not a God of stagnation. I am the God of growth, of revelation, of eternal unfolding beauty. I am infinite. My love, my wisdom, my creativity, these things have no end. And because you will be with me forever, you will never reach the limit of knowing me. Every day in eternity will bring new insight into my grace, new dimensions of my mercy, and deeper joy in my presence. You will never be bored in heaven. Instead, you will be continually amazed, because there will always be more of me to explore. You won't grow because something is lacking in you. No, my child. You'll grow because that is how I've designed you, to expand, to learn, to seek, and to rejoice in the unfolding of my glory. The perfection of heaven is not the absence of growth, but the presence of growth without fear, without failure, and without shame. Imagine the joy of learning, not with anxiety or pressure, but with excitement and awe. You will walk alongside saints from generations past, hear their stories, share your own, and together discover the depths of what I've done through history and eternity. You will sit with those who once struggled and now shine. You'll speak with those who once wept and now rejoice. You'll teach and be taught, not because you're lacking, but because you're overflowing. And it won't stop with conversation. You will explore my renewed creation with freedom and wonder. Climb heavenly mountains. Dive into oceans of light. Traverse galaxies untouched by sin. Everything you see, everything you touch will point you back to me, and each moment will bring fresh revelation of my goodness. You will never run out of questions, and I will never run out of answers. You will never run out of praise, and I will never run out of glory. This is not a life of repetition. It is a life of endless revelation. You'll learn more of my heart, my plans, and my beauty than you ever thought possible. And with every new layer uncovered, your love for me will grow deeper and stronger. So don't fear eternity. Rejoice in it. You are not being sent to a place of frozen perfection. You are being invited into a story that never ends. A story where each chapter is richer than the one before. You were made for this, and I can't wait to show you just how much more there is. My dear child, heaven is not a place where you'll be alone on a cloud, isolated in your own corner of eternity. No, my beloved, heaven is a kingdom of community. It is a family, a city, a living, breathing body where every part is cherished and every voice is heard. I designed you not only for relationship with me, but also for deep, meaningful connection with others. And in heaven, that longing for connection will be fully satisfied forever. All the brokenness you've experienced in relationships, the wounds of betrayal, the ache of loneliness, the pain of misunderstandings will be gone. There will be no more pride, no more jealousy, no more competition. Every ego will be laid down, and every heart will be lifted up. You will not need to prove yourself, protect yourself, or compare yourself to others. Instead, you will be fully known and fully loved, just as I have always known and loved you. In this restored community, your gifts will flourish, not for your own glory, but for the good of all. Leadership will no longer be about control, but about service. Teaching will not be filled with pride, but with humility and joy. Creativity will not be used to impress, but to inspire and bless. Every talent I placed in you will shine brighter in the presence of unity, and you will be amazed at how your unique role fits perfectly within the great symphony of my people. But this community is not just about being together. It's about working together. Your responsibilities in heaven will not be carried alone, but in harmony with others. You'll serve not only me, but also your brothers and sisters joyfully and freely. And in every act of love, whether big or small, you will experience my presence. Imagine creating something beautiful and giving it away, not to earn praise, but simply because it brings joy to someone else. Imagine helping others grow in their own gifts, celebrating their purpose without ever feeling diminished in your own. That is the kind of community I am preparing for you. One where everyone thrives, where everyone belongs, and where every act is an expression of perfect love. And when you look around in that eternal kingdom, you'll see people from every tribe, tongue, and nation gathered not in chaos, but in unity. Different backgrounds, different stories, yet one purpose, to glorify me together. There will be laughter, worship, celebration, and service, not separately, but as one holy family. So, don't think of heaven as a solitary reward. Think of it as coming home to the greatest community you've ever known, a place where love never fails, gifts never fade, and relationships never break. You were made for this. And the beautiful truth is, you won't just belong, you'll thrive. My faithful child, I want you to know something that will change how you see your life today. You are not merely surviving. You are being prepared. You are being trained, shaped, and refined for something far greater than what your eyes can see right now. Heaven is not just your future home. It is your eternal calling. And what you do here and now carries eternal weight. You may think your everyday choices are small, even unnoticed, but I see them all. Every act of obedience, every quiet sacrifice, every time you choose love over anger, truth over convenience, faith over fear, these moments echo into eternity. They are not forgotten, and they are not wasted. In my kingdom, faithfulness in the little things leads to trust in greater things. My son told parables that reveal this truth. The servant who was faithful with little was given much. That is not just a story, it's a glimpse of how my kingdom works. Your life is not about achieving success by the world's standards. It is about becoming the person I created you to be, so that when the time comes, you will step into the eternal role I've prepared just for you. Heaven is not a distant idea meant to comfort you when things are hard. It's a powerful reality meant to shape how you live today. When you understand what's waiting for you, purpose, joy, partnership with me, you begin to live with new clarity. You stop chasing things that fade. You start sowing seeds that grow into something eternal. So many live as if this world is all there is, clinging to temporary things and fearing loss. But you are not of this world. You are a citizen of my eternal kingdom. That means your priorities must be different. Live with open hands. Give generously. Love deeply. Forgive quickly. Serve boldly. Not because you're trying to earn heaven, but because you're preparing for it. Everything you're learning now, every hardship you're enduring, every lesson in trust, every step of faith, is preparing you for eternal significance. This life is your classroom, not your final destination. And I, your Father, am the one teaching you, walking beside you, strengthening you. I know the road can feel long. I know the world can be loud and discouraging. But don't lose heart. Keep going. Keep trusting. Every moment lived in faith draws you closer to the purpose you were born for. You are not training for survival. You are training for glory. And one day, you will hear the words your heart has longed for. Well done, good and faithful servant. In that moment, you will understand why it all mattered. You will see how every tear, every prayer, every unseen act of love was part of the story I was writing with your life. So live today with eternity in mind. Let heaven's vision change the way you work, the way you love, the way you serve. Because the truth is, you were made for more than this world. You were made for eternal purpose. And the one who has prepared a place for you is also preparing you for that place. Stay faithful. Stay focused. I am with you, and I promise your best days are not behind you, but ahead of you forever. With all my love, your Father in heaven.